What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to BST. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another episode. Thank you so much for getting us to 143 subscribers and 290 something on TikTok. It's awesome. I love the way we are growing, and let's continue it. But let's get into this game we got to talk about. Thursday Night Football. The New York Giants, the 2-4 New York Giants, at home in MetLife, beat the 4-2 Philadelphia Eagles 34-17. Just a shocker of a game. I certainly bet on the Eagles to win. I think most people probably bet on the Eagles to win. Even if, internally I thought it'd be close, I was like, there's no way. There's no way the Giants win this game, right? Even if they're in the game, it's like, I'm just going to trust the team that has all these good players on them. And don't get me wrong, the Giants are good players, but it's not the Eagles championship roster. But yeah, let's get into this one. I was talking to my brother, he's a Giants fan, and I was like, when's the last time the Giants beat the Eagles? And he's like, 2023. I'm like, okay, that's not that bad. But even in that game, the Eagles rested their starters. So going into this, I'm like, man, it's just been a while since the Giants beat the Eagles. And going into the season, I was like, I'm not sure the Giants are going to win a game in the division. But certainly Jackson Dart has just been revolutionary to this Giants team, not only on the field, but just I assume the vibe in the locker room is immaculate right now. And I can also just see Russell Wilson. Either Russell Wilson's joining in, or he's kind of just sitting in the corner, in the shadows, kind of super serious. Because he got benched, and you could see Brian Daboll when Dart was being checked for a concussion, I think it was. He was so pissed. He's like, get this guy back in the game. And then Russ comes in for one play, and it looked like he didn't know how to throw a football. The guy is streaking up the field, and it's 10 yards underthrown. It was bizarre. But yeah, Dart has just been revolutionary to this team. In this game, 17 for 25, 195 yards, a touchdown, 58 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. They started hot. They went up 14-3, I think. They had that long Dart rushing touchdown, and then Dart rolling out hit not Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson. He broke a tackle, scampered into the end zone. I will say he has arm talent, but his most impressive feature to his game is his pocket presence and awareness. I'm not going to say it's Mahomes, but it's Mahomes-like. It's he just knows where defenders are. There are so many plays tonight where he's scrambling through the pocket, and with Mahomes, when he does that, he doesn't get panicked, and he kind of just shuffles around and is able to maneuver around defenders, and Rodgers used to do the same thing. I see the same stuff from Jackson Dart here. He's able to get in the pocket, maneuver his way around defenders, find lanes to get out of the pocket and throw or run. He can do that very, very well so far. And it's his rookie year. He's only going to get better at it. And that is a huge, huge trait, especially when you're a athletic runner. To be able to maneuver around the pocket, and then you can get out of the pocket, and then defenses have to respect your legs. And then he has a great arm too, so they also have to respect his arm. I'm not going to say he's going to be really good because we just don't know yet. We're 3 games into this experiment, but so far it's been really promising. And on the broadcast, they were saying if they didn't have 5 turnovers last week, they'd be 3-0 with him. And I agree. Obviously you can't say that because, they had the turnovers, but I see what they're saying. They've played well with Dart in the game. They've beat 2 what we thought were contenders in the Chargers and the Eagles with this guy. But we can't talk about Dart without talking about his guy in the backfield, Cam Scatterbo. I've known about this guy for a while because I got a buddy who goes to ASU. And last year he was going to all the games, and he's like, dude, this Scatterbo guy's a monster. And then I think everybody found out who he was in that Texas ASU game in the 12-team playoff. He put the team on his back, and they nearly won that game. So we all knew this guy was a dog. We just didn't know how, like, what his NFL talent was, because he's kind of just like a run through your face kind of back, and it's awesome to watch. But I think going into the draft, nobody knew what he really was. So he goes in the fourth round, I believe, to the Giants, and he has captured this running back one role in this game. 19 carries, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 catches for 12 yards. I mean, this guy is just a powerful, powerful back. And I know people have been like saying he's like the most functional guy with CTE ever. I mean, he does not care. He will put his body on the line. He will run through you. He is powerful. He has the attitude to do so. It is so fun to watch this guy. I really hope this guy can last in the league and not get super injured, because if he can, I mean, it's going to be special. Because I mean, this guy, you don't see very many backs who have this kind of mentality. Even Derrick Henry, who is one of the greatest power backs of all time, like he doesn't have the recklessness that Scadaboo has. I mean, it is incredible to watch. But I was saying, when's the last great like 2 white guys in the backfield, like the quarterback and the running back? I was able to brainstorm like Purdy and McCaffrey, but I'm trying to like think of like there's not very many like really good white running backs, you know. But I mean, this has got to be up there so far, and this is the future of the Giants right here, offensively. And then once you get Neighbors back, and if you can build a competent O-line around these guys, like it could be pretty cool to watch. Because if Scadaboo can get some like wide open running lanes, and he's gonna go against the corners, the DBs, and some of the linebackers who are a lot smaller nowadays. I mean, dude, this guy could be a really special player, and he already is. But for Giants fans, I'm just happy that their team is fun to watch now. You finally gave them just something to look forward to. You kind of did it last year with Neighbors, but you had been through a long stretch there where you didn't have much offensively besides Saquon Barkley. And even then, it was almost just sad because, like, Barkley just get injured or, and the line would suck. But now you got Dart, you got Scadaboo, you got Neighbors coming back next year, hopefully. It's going to be a fun offense next year, especially with all these guys going into their second, and then for Neighbors is their third year. Similarly to last week, I shouted out Nick Bonito against the Eagles. I'm now going to shout out Brian Burns against the Eagles. 2 sacks today and 7 sacks on the season. That's tied for first. I'm with Nick Bonito, I think. I mean, Burns is definitely on pace for his best season as a pro. And he's another guy. Do you put him in the defensive player of the year conversation? But honestly, this is very interesting that back-to-back weeks with a player going off against the Eagles on the line. The Eagles' O-line has definitely regressed from last season. We'll get to the Eagles later, and not looking good for him. But yeah, Brian Burns, that guy's good. He's a really good player, and he was in Carolina. I don't think he got the recognition he deserved. But now he's in New York, and hopefully if they can start playing good football, he can get more recognition because he is a really good player. And that D-line is just a force to be reckoned with all those playmakers on there. That is what anchors the Giants' defense. Like, if Dart can play well, if Scadaboo can play well, if Neighbors can play well when he comes back, the O-line can improve a little bit. Like, this D-line is their kind of Super Bowl caliber part of their team. And it's very rare to say that for a 2-4 team. They do have a Super Bowl caliber defensive line, and it will keep them in games for sure. But yeah, I said it all of last week for all of last week's games. There's so many like vibes wins and like morale wins. Like, these are just so huge for a team who hasn't been great this season, 2-4, to just. Like, this is such a morale boosting win. Like, this is who we are, gentlemen. We aren't the team that's 2-4. We're this team who can beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That's who we are. And Brian Daboll, he should be proud of his team, and he should be happy that his job might be saved. But let's get to the Eagles. I don't even know. Something is awry here. Something is horribly wrong with this team. And let me just give my opinion on what it is. I know a lot of people blame Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's good either, just to be fair. But I don't think it's all on him. This is the Eagles' blueprint last year was, let's be real, they didn't throw the ball great last year. They just didn't. It was better than this year, but it wasn't great. But they prided themselves on an elite offensive line, pass blocking and run blocking. Okay. That is just not the case this year. Pass blocking, they're not as good. Run blocking, they are certainly not as good. And additionally, they had a very good defense last year who could get off the field, force turnovers, sack the quarterback. I don't think we realize how big losing Josh Sweat, and I'm blanking on the guy's name in the middle. He went to the Patriots. I'm blanking on the guy's name, but that guy. Eagles fans know what I'm talking about. Losing those two, those were big pieces on the edge and in the interior. Oh, what was his name? Let me just search it up. Because it's going to kill me. Patriots. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, I guess it's not going to show up. What was the guy's name? Patriots Free Agency signings. All right, not Diggs, not Landry, not Spillane. Milton Williams. They got him from the Eagles. He's been a huge loss for the Eagles. They just can't really generate pressure, and they didn't have Jalen Carter in this game, and they were able to get after Dart, but they weren't able to really get him down. And it's just when you're not getting off the field, and they had a lot of corner injuries in this game. They lost Quinyon Mitchell. But when you're not getting off the field, this blueprint doesn't work. This defense is not good anymore. It can have flashes, but it just allowed the Giants to have 366 yards. Giants went 11 for 16 on third down. 34 points allowed, no turnovers. It's just, the blueprint doesn't work. The blueprint last year, like I said, good O-line, decent passing game. A passing game that, when paired with the run, could work. And Barkley ran for 2,000 yards last season, a lot in favor of that O-line, and had like multiple 60-yard touchdowns on the year. And it felt like almost every game he was getting a 60-yard touchdown, or a 50-yard touchdown, a 40-yard touchdown, just a long touchdown. Well, when you can't run the ball, the offense is going to suffer because, let's be real, this passing offense is not an offense that can play from shotgun the entire game and win. They just can't. Jalen Hurts is not talented enough. He can't play from shotgun the whole game like you could with a Josh Allen or a Dak Prescott. He's just not that kind of quarterback. He's a system. There may not be a bigger system QB in the league than Jalen Hurts right now. I mean, he does not do anything spectacular at all. Not since that 2022 season when he was really good. And could it be the OC? Maybe. But I think it's just the overall team is not the same as last year. When the defense sucks, the offense can't run the ball all day. And then when that happens, Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball because the running game isn't working. And he's just not talented. He's not. I mean, for Barkley only have 12 carries in this game is bad because especially early, they were running the ball really well, and then it felt like they got away from it. So it's bizarre, and it was the same thing last week. It feels like, but even last week they had no excuse because they should have been running the ball. Last week, I get it. This week, the defense did not come to play. The Giants destroyed them defensively. I get it, but something's wrong here. And I don't know who you blame. I think you probably blame the OC first, but I don't necessarily blame him. I mean, I do think Barkley, like I said, should get more touches, but it's tough when you're down 14-3 to start a game or whatever it was. You kind of have to throw the ball, but this throwing game is just not. It's not good enough. And Hurts that had that horrible pick where it's on the out route, you just can't throw it that late because as soon as the defender sees the guy break, I mean he's just gonna jump it. So you cannot throw the ball that late. And then he had that massive overthrow. Just it had been a walk-in touchdown for Devontae Smith. Overthrew him. No touchdown. So Hurts needs to get it together. This offense needs to get it together. This O-line needs to get it together. And I mean, I'm not going to panic on them. I mean, they were 2-2 last year. We were saying a lot of these same things. But it's very concerning to see the Super Bowl champion just like they cannot even function on offense. And it's bizarre because, I mean, part of me wants to blame the OC because you give this personnel to like McVay, LaFleur, Steichen, O'Connell, Shanahan, Mike McDaniel even. Like, this would be a very good offense, but it's just not at this moment. It's not. There's no reason they shouldn't be, but it's just not a good offense right now. But yeah, huge win for the Giants, concerning for the Eagles, and I think this is why no team in the NFL should be really that concerned right now. If you're a team like the Bills who lost to the Patriots, the Packers who lost and tied to the lost to the Browns, tied to the Cowboys, even the Chiefs at this point. Who's another team that's like lost some pretty bad games? There's certainly others I just can't think right now. If you're any of those teams, calm down. The Super Bowl champions just did the same thing, and they lost last week. So right now, this is one of the most like open the NFL has ever been. It is certainly wide open, and especially in the AFC. I mean, I don't even know. The Bills, even though they lost the Patriots, the Bills are still the favorite in the AFC for sure. I mean, it's got to be the year for Josh Allen to do it. I'm not sure who's going to beat him. And in the NFC, at this moment, you probably have to give it to the Lions as the favorite, and the Eagles are slowly dropping. With each game that even if they win, if they play bad, you can't really say they've played a really good game all season. You probably can. I'm not really thinking like, let's see. Have they even like played a good game all season? Like you sit back and you're like, yeah, that was good. That was good. Let's see. They beat the Cowboys, but they weren't really consistent in that game. The Chiefs, nah, not really. I mean, it was a good win, but it wasn't pretty either. The Rams game, they came back. They were getting destroyed. And the Buccaneers game, they had no passing yards in the second half. So, and you lose to the Broncos, you lose the Giants. So, not been a good start for the Eagles. But regardless, big win for the Giants. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Check out TikTok for some more content. Yeah, have a great day. Got some baseball tonight. Tigers Mariners should be a good one. So watch that, and should be a fun day of college football on Saturday before we get to more NFL action on Sunday. So, yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.